This is Austin St. John, Jason, the original Red Ranger. You are watching the Morphin Network.
This Morphin Network video is sponsored by Ranger Stop Convention and Ranger Stop and Pop. Have you ever wanted to see all your favorite Power Rangers together in one epic convention? Go to Ranger Stop! Ranger Stop and Pop. March 5th to the 7th, 2021. Atlanta, Georgia. Ranger Stop 8. November 11th to the 14th, 2021. Orlando, Florida. Get your tickets now.
Out with the old, in with the new. Goodbye plates of gray, hello seas of blue. I'll try broccoli shake and have fun all day. That is me living the human way. Blaze? Thank you. Dermis to feel some breeze. Dead skin to style my hair. Papillae to show I have taste. Fashion to show I have flair. Experiences I haven't before. I want more. I want humanity. That is a simple request. Just some humanity. Get out of these nuts and bolts. Why get a maintenance check with a brother like mine? Just need a bit of humanity. Is that so wrong? Hi everyone, how you doing? This is Morphin Network, Ranger Podcast Live, and today's episode is indeed a musical.
Oh my god. Oh. Look, I don't know what happened, but now Kent can't come in because of this damn episode. Oh my god. Anyways, guys, welcome to a brand new episode of Ranger Podcast Live. I'm Leo, aka Psycho Fox, and we got Kent, Time Rider Zero, and no, you all know your names, Mike, Time Rider Z, Kent Quasar Red, and I am back. I know I was not here last week, and unfortunately, Ryan has taken my place. Ryan is out. We're doing some family matters right now. No, it's not a pun about the show, so Mike, please do not make any Urkel jokes. But we are back with a brand new episode of Ranger Podcast Live. Before we get into it, I know I missed last week's episode, so I just want to do a real quick synopsis on what I thought.
Did I do that?
I'm out. Forget this. Okay. Anyways, real quick before we get into this week's episode, last week's episode, going ape with Ravi. I actually really liked it. I thought it was pretty good. Despite the cringy dialogue between Ravi and Roxy, which would give a CW show a run for its money, I love the story element. I love the story told overall that Ravi was, because of everything, all the crap that he went through that day, was going into a Wolverine-esque berserker rage. And I like his small heel turn all the way towards the final 2 minutes of the episode. I love it. I really enjoyed it. I love the fight scenes, and it was cool that though Ravi was a heel for the majority of the episode, that he got the last fight and he got the win. So that was really cool. I give that episode a very high 8 out of 10. Now let's get into this episode.
Wait, first, someone wants to say hi.
No.
To be human. Let's go. Come on, let's make a song famous. Let's go.
Anyways.
You thought my singing was bad.
I'm surprised this inner thespian is missing out tonight.
Yeah, is he still singing? Huh? Oh, he's still singing. Okay, let's get him out. Anyway, as you can see, the cameo here is Ryan. Ryan, where are you? How are you doing? What is the weather like where you are right now?
I'm going to I'm out of my grandma's backyard, just saying hi. It's her birthday, so yeah.
Yay, happy birthday.
Happy birthday to Elder Dagger Boy.
But that's in this episode before I go. 10 out of 10. I love musicals. I'm being biased. That's right. This is the best single episode I watched for a long time for Power Rangers. I could tell that cast
Wow. So we got a perfect 10 already. All right, then. Well, Ryan will. All right, bye, dude. All right, but before we get into it, before we get started doing the synopsis, I actually, myself, now, for those of y'all who don't know, I'm not the biggest fan of musicals. I mean, I like, there are a fair share of musicals I really do like. I love The Greatest Show, and I love West Side Story. And obviously Disney movies, Disney animated movies with musicals and stuff like that. But like, we're talking like live action musicals, I'm not the biggest fan. Okay. But having said that, the musical that we will be talking about, in my opinion, although very, very silly, makes me very excited about Abraham Rodriguez being in the new Saved by the Bell. This episode was really good. There you go.
For me, I'm not the biggest fan of musicals. I mean, don't get me wrong. I have a few favorites. I like Purple Rain. I like Zoot Suit. Just not a big fan of, stuff like...
Hey, Zoot Suit, a man of culture, I see. Cheers to you,
hey,
good
man. Corrupt me real good, Edward James Olmos. You are a real good.
Anyway, we'll continue.
But occasionally there is a musical I do enjoy, but I'm not a big fan of stuff like Cats or Mamma Mia. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love ABBA, just not Mamma Mia.
You're out.
Okay. Anyways, what about you, Kent?
The episode's stupid, but it works for it works for Nate and Steele. I mean, it has all the traditional stuff a good episode of Beast Morphers has, and the musical, while cheesy and goofy, does have a lot of effort put into it. And like I said, it only works if it's just these two doing the being the focus of this episode. If it was like, say, Devin, this was like something Devin or Robbie or Zoe suddenly realized, hey, it's great to be human, then it would be kind of weird and awkward and out of nowhere. But like I said, it's fine. It's eye rolling, but it's fine.
Watching the episode at 5 a.m, I was like, did Kenny Ortega direct this episode? Because this looks like it's straight out of High School Musical.
All right, so before we get into it, Reckless Fox. Oh, hi, Reckless. I did not know we were two different people. Says, guys, remember, no spoilers in the next episodes. Yes, so guys, no spoilers. No spoilers. We're going by honor code. We're going, myself and Mike, we've been going by honor code this entire time. We know Kent and Ryan have already seen everything. Apparently, the final episode is pretty lit, which I can't wait for. But yes, no spoilers. You will get shunned.
They turn into those Goombas from Dark Crystal.
All right. Let's get started. So, opening of the episode, Nate is eating ice cream, and I am not going to lie, and this is going to not probably be very kid inappropriate, in such a seductive way. I've never seen anyone eat ice cream that way before. Though funny,
strawberry ice cream.
Though funny, I'm like, what? But it's okay. Steele wants to eat ice cream too, but and continuity. Thank you, Beast Morphers. He's like, you still have not made me a mouth. And he's like, and for him, Nate's like, well, dude, listen, I have a surprise for you. So they go into one of the labs and showing them. Oh, I think Ken, Evox hit Ken again. So, I'm about to say Abraham. Nate shows Steele this brand new device he's making that would be able to turn Steele into a human. The only issue is he's not worked out the schematics and stuff like that. It's only a prototype. While Steele is talking, like, oh, okay, I mean, when can I do this? Like, what's up?
I've got some other issues about the whole ice cream thing. I understand what's it called, a soda machine. I understand bags of chips being in a vendor, but why is there an ice cream dispenser in the middle of a scientific laboratory?
Are you seriously going to? Are you seriously
So
going to
many
question
things
this?
could go
Are you
wrong
seriously
here.
going to question this right now,
Like
TRZ?
if
Are
it was
you?
in a cafeteria, I can understand.
And you didn't question this last year? Or wait, did you see the first season?
I wasn't here last year.
Okay.
Did you see the first season?
Like, Rescue Bay 55.
Answer the question,
had a tighter
Mike.
ship than this.
Answer the question, Mike. Did you watch last season?
Yes, I did.
Why are you questioning it now? The Ice Cream Machine's been in Great Battle Force since season 1.
Because it was never brought up this season
To
when
be
I
fair-
actually joined the podcast.
Or better yet, if we're gonna start questioning logic of Power Rangers, hey Ninja Steel, you think I haven't gotten over it? Why are people
Jim Cornette moment?
Why are people doing trick-or-treating in broad daylight? Why are people trick-or-treating in broad daylight?
I actually know some people trick-or-treated in their high school years.
In broad daylight though. Who in the hell are trick-or-treating in broad daylight, dog?
Leonard, they trick-or-treated in broad daylight in Mighty Morphin too.
That's 94, 95. This was 2018, 2019. This is years later, and we still trick-or-treat. Okay, you know what? Anyways, so in the midst of Steel kind of upset, the ice cream that has been melting in his hand the entire time, for some reason, activates the machine and makes Nate and Steel swap bodies. Ben and Betty, who have actually been very competent for these last episodes, not only warn the Rangers saying, yo, get in the lab, they also tried to fix the problem. And they thought they did. But when Zoe, who hugs her boyfriend Nate, by the way, kiss, Nate, all of a sudden, sounds like an adult. Oh my God. I'm you, and you're me. It's Nate and Steel have swapped bodies. And yes, it's a Kim Possible reference.
All I can say is with Abraham's acting when he's pretending to be Steel, this is who he makes me think of. Smoking!
Stanley Ipkiss with the mask on?
Yes.
It's party time, P-A-R-T. Why? Because I gotta.
No. It's party time, P-A-R-T. Why? Because I gotta.
Oh my God. Anyway,
you can't make it to see if you don't have the green.
So they're confused. While Steel is enjoying being a human, Nate, in a Captain Ginyu moment, and this is Dragon Ball reference number 53, because Nate has never been in another man's body or a machine's body, his whole body, he can't control it. Like, he is like falling all over the place and everything like that. It's essentially when Goku and Captain Ginyu swap bodies in that episode of Dragon Ball Z, where Goku couldn't get a grip on being in Ginyu's body. That's essentially what happens. So while they're trying to figure out what's going on, Robo Blaze, Dennis from Always Sunny in Philadelphia, and our monster of the day, which appears to be Rocket Machine Man,
Fighter Jet Zord.
Rocket Man burning up the fuse out
there alone. I expect a lot of singing in this episode's review.
And so they fight Rocket Man and Dennis from Always Sunny. And Dennis from Always Sunny, Robo Blaze, and Rocket Man escape. While that's going on, Nate and Steel's like, what? We're like, well, like, I can't, like, there's so much I want to do. Are you okay, Nate? Like, yeah, like, well, I want to go to the beach. I want to experience life. And Nate wants to go too, but the thing is, he has to go through maintenance. He's essentially Bumblebee at the situation. Like, and Ken, you and I talked about it earlier, that in the last episode, it kind of shows that Ravi is kind of like Cyborg from Teen Titans.
Mm-hmm. I'm doing a case study behind it, right behind Earth 3's Dino Dust.
Yeah,
right.
you know what's funny is a lot of things that Steel does in Nate's body kind of reminds me of that episode of Futurama where Bender becomes human and then he overindulges himself to death.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Right quick, I want to say
Go ahead.
we're getting to the big moment of the episode, and all
Do you
I
want
can
to talk about
say,
it?
no. I just want to. You guys can handle it because you guys are having more fun.
Okay.
But all I can say is the way to summarize the scene. I'm a boy, a real cool boy. I'm a boy, a real cool boy. Also, this bit was kind of
as
adorable.
much as many problems that I have with Teen Titans Go, there's 4 things I like about it.
The movie.
Night Begins to Shine, Night Begins to Shine 2, Stanley's cameo in the movie, and the Real Boy song.
All right. So, guys, I'm pretty sure this is what everyone wants us to talk about. So, after everyone has a full day with Steel in Nate's body, Steel drinks a whole bunch of smoothies. And then it breaks into a dance. It breaks into a giant 4.5-minute musical. It's great to be human. Or something like that. Yeah.
It's essentially the Real Boy song.
Yeah. Now, we're going to stop right here. Because I want to know what everyone thought about the musical. I'll go last. Kent, what are your thoughts on the musical part of this episode?
It's a catchy song. Looked impressive. Like I said, everyone has some pretty cool 80s costumes. I think just the lyrics were just kind of dumb. It was kind of like Phineas and Ferb occasionally has a stupid lyric in one of their songs. Mm-hmm. This is what it kind of felt like. The song was kind of full of those moments, but it was not bad. Like Sick with Sam and Nella. That's kind of felt like it was full of those.
The musical number does raise one issue I've had with the last few episodes. Sup, Blaze? How you been? What have you been up to?
Okay. I'm not the only one who thought that. Where has Blaze been the entire time?
I can understand Roxy. She's been away with her aunt, doing Mrs. Collins stuff. But Blaze, you've been teaching martial arts at not Ernie's Juice Bar. You could be fighting as a civilian with the rest of the team. I'm gonna go back to what I've been saying for a while. Curtis and Richie from Mighty Morphin. They're not Rangers, but they still fought putties. Bulk and Skull still fought putties. I've seen
Cogs.
Yeah, and to be fair, I'm pretty sure I've seen Ben and Betty fight some Evox monsters on several occasions. Twice. So why is Blaze, a seasoned martial artist, who allegedly the only person who could beat him in a fight is Devin? Why are you not doing some field support? At least Cruz did field support for one episode.
It's kind of not a spoiler right now, but they pretty much wasted regular Blaze and Roxy this season.
Oh no! I mean, no, you're wrong. I think Roxy had her time to shine in last week's episode. I actually really liked it. Again, despite the discount CW drama bullcrap that we had between those two, where all you had to do was, baby, your gift, I left it. Someone is dropping it off. You're going to love it. But again, it went well with the story of Ravi turning heel and go on a Wolverine Berserker rampage. Speaking of Ravi, I'm sorry about that. I'm going to go back to the musical real quick because we're degrading. And correction, it's not 80s, it was the 50s. This musical number, and I said this at the top of the show, this musical number, despite how cheesy it is, I don't know if anyone else knows this, and maybe some of y'all have been, I don't know, maybe some of y'all don't really read some stuff on the internet or anything like that, which is okay. That's why we're here. Abraham Rodriguez is going to be in the new revamp of Saved by the Bell, where the original cast is coming back older, and there's a new generation of kids going to Bayside High School. Abraham Rodriguez is already been confirmed he's going to be in the show. This, despite my issues with this musical, because it's pretty cheesy, makes me very excited to see Abraham Rodriguez. I cannot wait. Now, clearly, I'm going to have to try and find a way to get Peacock. And if anyone wants to kindly donate me their password and email, please let me know. DM me on IG so I can watch Saved by the Bell. I cannot wait. I want to see him because I think this shows how much range he has, despite the fact that Steele is voicing him the entire time. It's making him very exaggerated. I like the emotion that Abraham Rodriguez put into this role for this episode. And I know some of you guys are saying, apparently this was the cast's favorite episode to film. And honestly, I can see that. Everyone's having a great time doing this. I really enjoyed this, despite how cringy, despite how cheesy the song is. I like this. This is how you do an episode where it's a filler, but also an episode that's going to tell you what's going on next. Because we haven't gotten to Zero Suit Blaze yet.
And another thing is going back to what you were saying about Abraham is despite swapping voices in a sound booth, you actually make a really good point about Abraham's range, because remember the movie Face Off where you needed to have John Travolta pretend to be Nicolas Cage, pretending to be John Travolta.
Well, that's my favorite John Travolta Nick Cage movie too.
Yeah, so you need to have Abraham pretend to be Blaze, pretend to be Abraham.
Steele.
In a sense.
Steele.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I love it. I love it. It's like when you could play more than if you can have the same actor play two different characters in such a way where they feel like they're two different, like they feel like they're played by two different people, like Tatiana Maslany from Orphan Black. You're amazing. You're proof. This is proof that you're an amazing actor.
Exactly. So shouts to Abraham Rodriguez, dude. Like on the real. I know I've been saying this episode, this part was very cheesy, but guess what, man? Guess what? You have reached the pinnacle. Why? Because this is the way.
This is the way.
This is the way.
This is the way.
You guys.
This is the way.
This is the way.
This is the way. Okay.
Were you guys just waiting to pull those out?
Yes. I did not listen. Shout out to my nieces. They just turned 3. I went to Target again. The very next day, I bought myself a dark saber. Why? Because this is the way. Anyways, so
honestly, I wish the saber was retractable, or at least have the blade go face the other way. But I love the proportions of this thing. Proportions are nice. I love the proportions. Actually, it's congruent with blade builders, except it doesn't have the little thing at the bottom.
Right. So after the whole musical number, Nate is like, "Look, Steele, you're right. I honestly should be more appreciative of being a human. And you really taught me this. Despite us bringing to a musical, which for somehow all of us were completely in different dresses, I get what you mean now. I'm actually going to take more advantage of being a human because you taught me that." And I'm like, you know what?
And also, I love how it's a fun nod to 2 different episodes of Power Rangers. First is the episode where Billy and Kim swap bodies, and the episode where Tommy and Tanya were forced to be singing all the time. Let's stop this crime! It's Morphin time!
Anyways, so...
Zero Richard 1! Wait, no. Zero Richard 5, Red!
So, while all this is going on, Robo Blaze and Rocket Man are back at Evox's joint. And Evox is gone, and Roxy's pouting, right? Robo Blaze sucks all the Morphex with his scorpion Takeda tentacles from MKX and sucks up all the Morphex. So we get to the fight. The Rangers are fighting Rocket Man and Robo Blaze from All Sunny. And they're beating on Rocket Man, right? Until Dennis, I mean Robo-Blaze. This is going to be a continuing joke. Robo-Blaze gets a brand new upgrade.
This is the way.
This is the way. This dude turned like Robo-Blaze went from being a jobber to a world champion in less than 5 seconds.
And if you look carefully, there's a close-up of his head, and you can see the word enter.
Enter.
Yeah.
I saw that.
Sentai nod.
Is it really a Sentai nod if it's actually...
No, it was always there. It was always there, but they could have gotten rid of it, like they got rid of certain details of Camille's costume in Jungle Fury.
Or how when they do their final blast and stuff like that, there's supposed to be like a thing that says game over or go busters around them with the visors and stuff. They got rid of that, which we'll talk about that because I know some people on the Power Ranger community who are on Twitter who actually remade a lot of the scenes where the Rangers do their final blast and stuff like that and put like go busters or beast morphers and put like a bunch of really cool
it's just a great battle force.
Or Grid Battle Force, yeah. It looks really cool. I'm going to shout out to Mr. Cooper 95 and Sentai 5. Follow those guys, Mr. Sentai 5 on Twitter. Follow both of those guys. They've been doing those edits. So
I'm curious if Unusual Suspect did one of those opening parodies for Power Rangers Beast Morphers. I wonder what movie he would use to make Beast Morphers.
The Matrix.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, so
like, just as we fight with Beast Morphin light.
All right, so real quick. All right, hold on. We're almost done. So Robo-Blaze beats the break. That's not the way. Robo-Blaze beats the brakes off the Rangers. I'm talking a straight up and ass whooping. Okay, and so as Rocket Man's like, well, what do we do now? Like he's like, well, thank you for.
I'll show you the way.
Yeah, he's like, thank you for giving me the Morphex, but I'm afraid you have to die. Yes, I just quote Batman and Robin. And destroys Rocket Man and takes the rest of the Morphex with him. A Gigadrone pops up, and as the Rangers are about to get into their into their Zords, throughout this episode, Nate's been talking about how there's a thing called molecular decay, where if him and Steel do not get into their regular bodies at a certain time period, they're both going to die.
Ooh.
So Nate in Steel's body has to go back to Grid Battle Force to get the machine ready, while the rest of the Rangers, Steel, Robbie, Zoe, and Devin fight the Gigadrone. In a really, really cool fight, the Beast King Megazord pulls up, and they destroy the monster. And that's a really cool shot too.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Pop, by the way, in the UK. And at the end, now we're at the end of the episode where Nate and Steel go back into their regular bodies. They're back to normal, and Nate wholeheartedly swears to Steel. He's like, "Listen, you're right. I know you're half human, but I want to make you full human, and I swear to you, I'm going by the end of this season." You're going to be fully human. He swears to him that's going to happen. What's up?
Oh, we forgot to mention. So back at Evox's base, like Roxy's getting a little suspicious about how Blaze got so powerful. And, like it seems like there's some tension going on with the two lead generals. And so where will this go? We'll have to see.
Yep. And that is the end of the episode. Episode 16 of Power Rangers Beast Morphers Season 2. I'm going to let Mike go first. Mike, take it away. Likes, dislikes, and score. Go ahead.
Well, I'm not a big fan of musicals.
We've always said
and this
that.
did come out of nowhere. And honestly, when Kent hinted last week that like next week, I hope you're a fan of musicals, I was really hoping that there was going to be some kind of monster that forces people to sing and dance. Kind of like the Kamen Rider Fights Hyper Battle video, or that one episode of Zeo. I was
Right.
wrong, but honestly, I like to think of it as a dream sequence. I'm imagining it as a daydream sequence that he happens to be sharing with everyone else, and everyone else like, wow, you described your feelings so eloquently. It felt like we were in a musical, even though we actually weren't. Wow, I'm not going to take being a musical for granted. For me, the weirdest thing about musicals is when people break into song and dance out of nowhere,
La La
and if they're
Land
not,
on the 405.
yeah, and they're not even aware of it. It's one thing if people know that they're singing and the characters know that they're singing and dancing, but it's a different thing when it's when they're singing and dancing out of nowhere and they don't have the fourth wall awareness that they're singing and dancing. To them, they're just living their normal lives.
Yeah.
That is always weird for me when it comes to musicals. But
It's like the episode
but
of
again,
South Park.
I'm very picky when it comes to musicals. But you know what? If you guys like musicals, enjoy them. Just don't be obnoxious about it. Don't freaking start going to song and dance during your history test while other people are trying to do that. And by the way, in my senior year of high school, that actually happened. My classmates literally broke into song and dance in the middle of the test.
Are you serious?
I am very serious. They took the whole performing visual arts thing way too seriously, like Glee, and that's why I couldn't get into Glee. Let's be honest. My classmates ruined it for me. Anyway, so I like the body switch thing. It really builds up Steele as a character, especially how they started building the schema for it in a previous episode where you got Nate's parents, and he's like, "Mommy, read me a bedtime story. Dad, can I have money for ice cream? I know I can eat it, but I just want to ask you for money for ice cream." And you can tell he wants to be a human. And given the fact that he's so into singing and dancing, I have a feeling that if he did become human, he's probably gonna go into something involving choreography. If he's not gonna be an actor, I'd be very surprised. Needless to say, I would love to have an episode with him and Estelle Phillips together.
Yeah.
Let's see. Blaze, being a smug jerk that he is, I'm glad to see that. Human Blaze, again, where have you been?
Well, there could be
I did see him in the background 2 episodes ago, but he was just in the background. I'm like, Hi, Blaze. Where have you been?
There could be an explanation given soon. I can't remember.
Oh, thank God. Okay.
Simple explanation.
Don't hold me on that.
Okay.
But this just reminds me that I feel like there's so much potential to have a human Blaze and a human Roxy in the spotlight with the rest of the team, not to the same extent as the main cast, but at least to the extent that Ben, Betty, and Shaw would normally be in. Right. And they could have done so much with it. And look, and again, I have issues with Mighty Morphin for certain reasons, but one thing they did get right is I love that, you got recurring civilian characters with fighting skills who did help the Rangers out as civilians, Heck, even in that episode of Lightspeed Rescue, freaking Captain Mitchell put on a firefighter jacket and stormed into a burning building despite despite having a physical disability.
Yeah, and Princess Shayla. Don't forget Princess Shayla.
And Princess Shayla. That part was weird, but at least she had skills. Heck, even Cat Manx was able to fight as a civilian without.
Because Cat Manx is awesome.
Yeah, Cat Manx is awesome.
Cat Manx is GOAT.
Yes, she is.
But when you have characters who are legit fighters, like they established in the first episode of the first season, that Blaze is the best fighter in the entire town. The only person who has ever been able to beat him in a fight was Devin. So, why is the second best fighter in the entire city not helping out? You'd think the original candidate for the Red Ranger would help out. But anyways, there were some fun moments. I love some of the quips. I always love the back and forth between Robo Blaze and Robo Roxy. I'm curious to see where that goes. And lastly, don't bring ice cream to a laboratory. That is an accident waiting to happen.
Also, you get
People
fired
get
doing
fired
that.
for that. Yeah, and yes, Steele, that is in the handbook.
At what
What's your
handbook?
score?
I give it an 8.5 out of 10.
Okay.
It's not a bad 8.5. It's a good 8.5, but I still have
Oh.
those issues.
All right, Kent, go ahead, bro.
Like I said, this episode works because it's Nate and Steele being the focus. Nate, like I said, I pretty much juxtapose all of Nate's, quirkiness with him being raised in a lab, not having real social skills, and Steele, being, practically a newborn, but is fully grown and, is like just ready to see the world. And, like I said, if this was done with any other character aside from these two, then it wouldn't work. But it works here. Kind of like how in season 2, when they needed that mirror to trick that ape monster, and Kimberly just happened to have one with her under the command center console. I was like, yeah, that's stupid, but it fits her character. Or, well, not stupid. It's goofy, but it fits her character. Here, this works. It's kind of the same thing, which is funny. I was actually just talking about that episode the other day. What I am interested in what Blaze is going to do with his new abilities, and where exactly this whole thing with the two robots is going to go. Good action. Like I said, every part of the episode was like, it has all hit all the right points. It's just, like I said, this moment's a little quirky and over the top, but I've seen goofier episodes, that dumb robot caveman episode. But overall it's a fine. I think I'm going to give it 7.
Okay.
7.
All right. Respect. This episode sucked. I'm joking. Real quick. I think my one major dislike, and Mike, you kind of hit over the head. Nate and Blaze, where the hell have you been, dog? Like, I understand you teaching people at this gym and stuff like that, but bro, again, you were the first candidate to be the Red Ranger before you and Roxy turned heel throughout the first season of Power Rangers Beast Morphers. And the only time we see Blaze again were the first 2 episodes of season 2. One was a good episode. One is still one of the absolute worst episodes of Beast Morphers, and that was the Save Our Shores, which should have been titled Save Our Sanity. That's still the absolute worst episode of Beast Morphers. I will fight tooth and nail about that, but I digress.
This is not the way.
That was not the way.
I am still looking into a potential reason for why that episode turned out so bad, but continue.
Anyways, but other than that, like, we haven't seen Blaze, and it sucks. And we've seen Roxy, and Roxy played a very pivotal moment in the last week's episode, and I liked it. I really liked it a lot. But having said that, I have nothing to complain about outside of Blaze not being around. Again, we've all agreed that the musical is cheesy, but 2 things. One, it shows the amount of range that Abraham Rodriguez has. Well, actually, I have 3 reasons. That's that's number 1. Number 2, the actor who plays Blaze, they did a damn good job dancing. Everyone in that scene did such an amazing job with that choreography. I really, really liked that. That was really cool. Again, song's cheesy, but hey, when it comes to choreography, I'm a sucker for that.
As much poo I give to High School Musical, I do appreciate the choreography that they had in the second one.
Exactly. And number 3, we always have to keep in mind, this is a kids show. And actually, I know a lot of kids who actually like musicals. My nieces and nephews love musicals. And I know for a fact that one of my nephews who's watching Power Rangers at this very moment, because he's at the ripe age of 8 to do that, might love this episode immensely. I love the fight. Again, my favorite part of the whole episode was Blaze getting his upgrade and essentially becoming like Zero from Mega Man X6 when he turns full heel and then goes back after you fight like 3 bosses, and that's about it. Like, he essentially became Zero from Mega Man. And I like that.
Or Mega Man X6. Cool. Depending on which ending you got in X5.
That's true. Iris. Anyways, but overall, I'm actually gonna be a little more. I really enjoyed this episode. And I watch it again. I give this episode a very high 9 out of 10. This is coming from someone who does not like musicals. I like this episode. It was close to getting a 10 if it wasn't for the fact that Mike brought up the fact that Blaze has not been in Beast Morphers since the first 2 episodes, which is still a mystery. We need an unsolved mystery. What the hell happened to Blaze in Power Rangers Beast Morphers? That's what we need.
This is the way.
It's funny, like I said last week, it's not like Lana and Cody, I think his name, but it's not like they were unavailable to film something because, they're filming they're 2 other characters. So why the heck have they been MIA?
Exactly. But overall,
I mean, unless it was a separate film set in a different part of the studio, because I don't know if you've ever been to Universal Studios, but
I have.
There's a bunch of different lots, and sometimes you have to film 2 different scenes of the same movie at the same time for scheduling reasons.
Yes.
So you would have to film the 2 different scenes at 2 different locations. But again, that's still not too much of an excuse because you still have Robo Blaze fighting the Rangers directly somewhere in a park or a parking lot or
just
wherever else
footage, or just Sentai footage.
Yeah,
but yeah,
but I mean, in his civilian form, you see him showing up with the monster.
Yeah, but overall, like I said, great episode. Definitely worth the watch, people. And with that being said, you know what time it is, boys. Comment section time!
This is the way.
Hold up, I might as well. This is the way! Anyways, guys, shout out to everyone who's watching us on YouTube and Facebook. If you haven't yet on YouTube, thank you guys so much for watching this. Be sure to like, share, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell icon. Also, if you haven't noticed yet, we are now playing up our Power Ranger community guest interviews. Our one of the first episodes we did was with Disney Film Brain, which my boy Mike here did about a few months ago. We're putting all 13 episodes up. It'll be in a random order. It will be out of order. I'm going to tell y'all that right now. But other than that, hopefully you guys did enjoy the interview with the Disney Brain. And be sure to follow him on his social medias. But with that being said, make sure you follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, facebook.com/morphinnet, and YouTube, and Twitter and Instagram, morphinnet, and youtube.com/morphinnetwork. With that being said, comment section time. Let's do this.
Just remember, no spoilers, because the 2
Reckless
of us
Fox
still haven't watched the rest of the episodes. And I know some people have, and they're not happy with the fact that we've waited to this point. But remember, other people watching our
Honor
show kept to the honor code just like we did. So, we know that some of you have already watched all the way to the end, but we'll still see next week because you're still going to watch the show. You want to hear our opinions.
Yes. So, Reckless Fox reminds us, remember, guys, no spoilers of the next episodes. Thank you, Reckless.
They win.
Noah Cummings says, hi. Hey, Noah, what's up, bro? Aiden, oh, it's great to be human. I could do anything, and so can you, because it's great to be human. Aiden, I've looked at your comments.
To be a Hyborg.
Anyways. Steel, now I can breathe. Now I can swim. I can sleep and dream. Eat whipped cream. But here's a question. Does Steel dream of electric sheep?
Oh, one of my favorite novels.
There you go.
Watching the movie right after is probably not a good idea. I'll speak from personal experience.
Eric Williams, please don't sing. Oh, he was talking about Ryan. Next question. Blackwing, Lito, how you put up with all this? Because apparently being the Jim Cornette of the Power Ranger community, I will say this right now. I am the self-proclaimed Jim Cornette of the Power Ranger community. I will book Power Rangers. We will make Power Rangers great again. Vince Russo, you scumbag, you bum, you know where you are. I will see you in court. Anyways.
But how do you put up with the shenanigans of me, Kent, and Ryan?
Because I'm the only dude who can. Because no one else can.
He's right.
Leonard, there seems to be something missing from our overlay. A certain picture of you doing something.
No.
Yes.
What happened to it?
Noah says 10 out of 10. You see, like I said, pretty good episode. Timothy Dack, what's up, Timmy? Hi, what's up, Timmy?
Hmm.
Oh, and here's the thing. According to the cast and crew, this was the most fun and best episode they filmed. I can tell, like you can clearly tell that this episode a lot, like because there's certain episodes of Power Rangers that, and we've talked to some previous cast members from previous seasons where they're like, "Oh, this episode was my favorite. This episode was my favorite. This episode was my favorite." I can't. Here's one. When we talked to Dan Southworth. And we talked to Dan Southworth, we've talked to Aaron Cahill, and we talked to Vernon Wells and Jason Font. All of them have said that Movie Madness is their favorite episode they filmed on Time Force.
It's mine too. I remember when my ex-fiance and I went on to the Universal Studio tour for her birthday, and I told her, "Hey, look, there's where the Time Force Rangers were running away from Rancic."
But yeah, like I can tell, like this again. I would say this episode did hit my top 5 favorite episodes. I keep the crossovers are one go for me because I look at it as like a 90-minute movie. I'm glad the producers put Jackie, Rory, and Abraham dance talent in full display. Props to Judd Lynn and Hasbro. See, there you see. All Judd Lynn needed was Hasbro. Because I know a lot of people have been talking about how Judd Lynn lost his spark. I'm like, nah, he just needs a good writing team. And considering the fact that we've already talked about that, it looks like Hasbro has been writing the second half of season 2 of Beast Morphers. Clearly, this is where Judd Lynn. You see the old school. You see Judd Lynn is back. He's John Wick. Yeah, I think I'm back. Anyways,
it's morphin' time.
Dacus, the ice cream machine looks like a soda machine. I wish we had ice cream machines like that. See, no, because ice cream machines will make like a complete mess. Also, because ice cream is dairy can go bad.
Because of the earlier comment you made, I just want to hear someone say he destroyed 3 cocks with 1 freaking power coin.
It was Barbara Keene Pierce. Hi, Kent.
Hi, Barb.
Hello.
I'm sorry, ISK. What's up, Thomas Franco? Already seen this episode before. Well, again, Tommy, Bubby. We told you, bro. I told you on Twitch. We're not trying to go ahead. We're trying to go by honor code. We're going by honor code.
You can say you're not interested, and yet you're back every week.
Exactly. Wing Wolf, what's up, bro? Missed you last week, Psycho Fox. Everyone misses me, but thank you. I do appreciate it though. This episode brought me back to the Kimberly and Billy switch, and we've talked about that. Kind of wish that Steel turned human and Nate turned into a gold cyborg. That would be cool, considering the fact that Nate is the Gold Ranger. I could see that. I saw this episode in June. Y'all behind. We know that. Jeez, we know.
And yet you keep coming back.
You want more. You want the good stuff. Timmy Dacus, I wish the real Blaze and Roxy could have appeared in front of their evil Robo counterparts. Yeah, and the Robo counterparts will have been in there like their robot forms and stuff like that. So stop. We don't have to do the.
That way you don't have to worry about stock footage. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to do. You don't have to do the mirror thing like in Double Impact. Shouts to that's a great Jean-Claude Van Damme movie. You haven't seen, watch Double Impact.
Or they could do like Spy Kids.
Or Spy Kids. I was dancing and singing along. I love it. We would have been at Ranger Stop now in Orlando, Florida. I hope the COVID issue ends before March. Well, I'm pretty positive it's going to end before March. If everything that's going on in the news, we potentially might have a vaccine by the beginning of next year. So
hopefully.
Fingers crossed.
Hopefully.
Fingers crossed. Johnny Mamara, what's up? Blaze and Nate stole the show in this episode and Steel too. Yes, he did. Yes, all 3 of these guys did. And once again, shouts to Abraham. Once again, you're gonna kill it in the Saved by the Bell season. I know for a fact. Your range is lit. Everyone's range is lit. I really want to see what the Beast Morpher cast has in store when the show's over. Like I want to see them in films and everything like that.
With all that said, I would like to petition for more human Blaze.
So we should have a spinoff. What the hell was Blaze doing this entire time?
like how Bulk Skull went to France.
Yes, or have it where Blaze actually went into the multiverse and has seen the events that happens in Dino Fury and the movie. I can see that. Daka says, I saw Blaze dance in the crowd. Yeah, that's the only time you've seen Blaze, because he's only appeared in 2 episodes this season, which is ridiculous.
He's
Three.
like the guy from Ghostbusters.
Which guy?
Ernie
Bill Murray?
Ernie Deckens.
Oh, Ernie Dex. Okay.
Yeah, like you see Blaze like in the background at the juice bar, like if you like blink and you miss kind of way. You have to like really look out for him, like Waldo. Shout outs to the yellow Ninja Storm Ranger.
All right. We got a few more questions. A few more things. Edward Sanchez, what's up, bro? Can't stop singing. It's great to be human. Oh God.
It is great to be human.
We might know why soon. Thank you. I know, because Kent has already mentioned that we might figure out where the hell Blaze has been this entire time. Hopefully. Wing Wolf, Nate and Steele are the Power Rangers version of the Elric brothers. Just noticed this. Yeah!
Yes!
Yeah, they are!
Elric brothers.
From Full Metal
From
Alchemist.
Full Metal Alchemist. Humankind cannot gain anything unless first giving something in return. To obtain something of equal value must be lost. This is alchemy's first law of equivalent exchange. No one ever talks about the second law of equivalent exchange, and that is the first law is not always infallible.
Exactly. Hey, yo, real talk, Hasbro. We need. Listen, I know Beast Morphers is going to be over soon, and Down Fury is coming up. Let me look. All that money y'all have from all the Transformers toys that you've sold, and all the money that you that Michael Bay accumulated for you and Paramount. I'm just saying, can we get like a mini web series of Nate and Steele go on like excellent adventures and traveling across the multiverse and exploring Earth 2, which is RPM, Earth 3, Dino Charge, Earth 95, which is the MMPR 95 movie, Earth 17, which is the 2017 MMPR movie, maybe go into Earth X, which is the 2014 R-rated fan film, or maybe go to Earth 21, which is the fan TV show universe, which Pocket Dimension's part of. Just saying.
Like, yeah, of course. Like, they gave the go on, like in Toei, they gave the go on your villains a ton of mini, like,
frames.
Yeah.
They're called frames. There's 13 frames. We know that there's the junk frame, the human frame, the engine frame. There's a Christmas frame for some reason.
Yeah, they gave them like a mini special for them.
And my favorite, the samurai frame, which is where the movie takes place.
Oh, they could also do a web series with Poisandra. What would have happened in the Poisey show.
We've been talking about that for the longest. We need a Poisandra and Sledge miniseries. Just saying.
Imagine if they made a cameo in WandaVision.
Yo, that would be lit.
But real talk, I'd be more interested to see, a Sledge's wild ride, like when he went to China and Japan and Hawaii. And
how was it? It was horrible. All right, Mikhail Blair, NGL. It was well choreographed and everything, but in my opinion, it was kind of cringe. Oh, we've already admitted that it's cringe.
Don't worry, Mikhail. Like, I agree with you.
Yeah, we've already admitted that it's cringe. Daddy Boy came in for a cameo and said it was a 10 out of 10. Well, we've addressed the fact that the musical is cheesy, but the choreograph is lit. You can't get mad at that. I don't know, it just kind of felt out of tone with the seriousness of the season. Well, I get what you mean. But I do think I'm going to assume that the producers needed another Nate and Steele focused episode, because we had Nate episode. We had 2 episodes ago. We had a Nate focused episode, and now we had a Steele focused episode, which honestly might be foreshadowing what's going to happen in the end. I don't know what's going to happen, but considering the fact that Nate is building Steele this thing to become human, I'm gonna assume that he becomes a human at some point. I don't know. So
that egg episode from Lightspeed and the movie Madness seemed pretty out of nowhere with the tone of that series. So,
but yeah, like I said, Mikhail, I think that I imagine that the dance sequence was part of a like a sort of daydream that Steele was describing to everyone while they were in the juice bar, and he just described it so eloquently that it convinced everyone to appreciate being human. But I just remembered this one other thing I was thinking about while watching the episode. This episode raised a lot of questions about a Mac being an android. Like,
oh God,
like he has a mouth. Does Mac eat?
I'm
And
not
if so,
gonna go
what
there.
happens to
I'm
the
not gonna
food
go
when he
there
eats?
because I'm still mad at Ryan for saying that I was wrong about Mac being the youngest person. I'm like, I ain't know. And robots don't matter. He's a robot. What's the point? He don't matter.
I'm a machine!
Daniel Romano. What's up, Daniel? My comment got censored. So I'll say it again. Why did your comment get censored? If you're the Jim Cornette, I'm the Alex Jones of the fandom. Which not complaining Alex Jones with me. Alex Jones is so freaking. That man is crazy. But I love watching this stuff because if I want to feel good about myself, I just watch an Alex Jones video. Pour in a couple ice cubes when it's creamy and thick. I think this place way better than.
They're pouring Morphers into the water supplies, turning humans into Vengeance viruses.
Anyway, I'm not. Don't actually make the comment, but yeah. But okay, so if you're Alex Jones, then clearly, Mike is Vince Russo.
This is not the way.
Anyway.
This is not the way.
Before we get into this Darksaber fight, we're out of here, guys. Oh wait, hold on, one more thing. Nate probably got the idea after helping the other hero guy become fully human on his face. Yeah, Captain Chaku. See, Chaku, yeah.
Right, exactly. That's cool.
Still a fantastic episode, by the way. But with that being said, guys, that is all the comments. Thank you guys so much. And for YouTube, we are going to see y'all later. Make sure if you would like for us to read any previous comments of this episode, we will. Make sure you like, share, comment on this video. Like, hit again, hit it a third time, triple like this video. And be sure to follow us, subscribe, and hit the bell icon here on YouTube at Morphin Network. And that being said, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Mike, Kent, as always, it's an honor to review an episode of Beast Morphers with you guys, but I gotta go to the bathroom. So, Kent, where can the people on the interwebs find you, good sir?
Well, you can find me. I'm just stalling for time because you said you had to go. You can find me on Instagram, Brown_K, as well as QR Ranger Book. Where can we find you, Boken?
You can find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/BokenKabuto. And you can find me on Instagram at Cronin_cosplay. And boy, do I have a surprise for you all later tonight.
And you guys can find me on Twitter and Instagram, @Reckless_Fox, YouTube, Reckless_Fox, and find all my latest game content on twitch.tv/RecklessFox. And if you want more content, in fact, at the time of this recording and live stream, myself, Mike, Jen, and Thunder Chica, we will be doing a brand new episode of the Struggle Game Podcast at 8 o'clock Pacific Standard Time tonight. So if you haven't yet, be sure to follow us on SoundCloud.com/StruggleGame. That's SoundCloud.com/StruggleGaming, where we do a podcast talking about everything going on in the video game industry for the most part, and movies and TV shows and geek culture in general. And also find us on Google Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you guys listen to your podcast. We are there. We're going to be moving to Stitcher Radio, iHeartRadio, and Apple Music at some point later this year. Well, that being said, guys, thank you guys so much. This is the Ranger Podcast Live crew. This is Ranger Podcast Live. Saying goodbye. Bye, guys. Have a good day. Where is that video? Here it is. Today's Morphin Network video is sponsored by Ranger Stop and Pop, which is March 5th to the 7th, 2021 in Atlanta, Georgia. And Ranger Stop Convention, which is now November 11th to the 14th, 2021 in Orlando, Florida. Go to rangerstop.com for more info.